In this episode, we're going to take a look at how to proxy clips that are too big to edit for your project. So let's say that you've recorded footage in 4K or have a massive bit rate. Chances are that when you try to edit those clips in Premiere, they'll most likely be clunky and slow. This is where proxies come in, basically a replacement clip. What they basically do is take the clip that you're currently editing and convert it to a smaller file size and resolution so you can edit more efficiently and productively. To demonstrate this, take a look at the sample project I opened. We have 3 clips on the timeline, and as you can see, scrubbing through them without lag is impossible. We have a bunch of clips here that were shot at 4K 60 frames per second with a high bit rate. So let's say that you're going to use these clips at some point in your project. Simply select them all, right click, select proxy, and then create proxies. A dialog box will appear with specific drop-downs with formats and presets to choose from. This is where you can choose your encoding options for the proxy that you want to create. What you're seeing now is a good default option in case you just want to make some clips now. But if you select the drop-down under preset, you'll see 2 other options where you can choose different file types to render out. You can also render them out in another format other than H.264 with QuickTime if you prefer. Another option is to be able to add an ingest preset if you want to give your proxy a little bit more customization. Of course, I'll link an article in the description below that demonstrates how to do this well. Or you can like and subscribe to this channel in case you want to see a video on how to make your own proxy ingest presets in the future. But for now, we'll just select our default options. For destinations, the first option is usually the one I choose so that it's pretty organized within our project directory. Once we made our selections, we can hit OK, and Premiere will automatically open Media Encoder and begin transcoding our footage. This shouldn't take long depending on the length of the footage and how fast your processor is for encoding. But once that's done, we'll return to Premiere. As you can see though, it doesn't look any different, but we can change this by adding a simple button to our source player dashboard. When you click the plus button, a window will appear with a slew of hidden buttons. We'll drag this one that says Toggle Proxies, and then drop it on our player dashboard. All you have to do now is just click on it, and by doing so, it'll toggle between the raw footage that we have on the timeline and the proxied footage we just transcoded. But by turning it on and scrubbing through our timeline, the footage is a lower quality, but because of what we did, now we can work faster, and you don't have to wait as long when adding effects to our clips. Let's say you're doing some warp stabilization or color correction. By doing this, your productivity will be increased tenfold, instead of waiting for effects to be rendered out on a raw clip. And you can always press the toggle proxy button in order to switch back and forth to see the results on the final clip. If you're still not convinced, we can render this out with the proxy button still active. And check that out, the clip doesn't look degraded at all. So that's proxies in general. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more tutorials like this one. And until then, stay radical.